Hey guys, Basil Wolf from Grayson Hobby, and today we have two new quads from Diatone. We have the awesome looking, weird looking Plus, and we have a M3 Stretch.
So for the real names of them is the GT 2018 M3. We have the SX, which is the Stretch,
that
and
rolls right off
NP,
the tongue.
which is the Plus. Yeah, Diatone, you got to work on the naming on these guys.
Yeah. So M3 Plus, M3 Stretch. That's what we're gonna call it.
Yeah. Watch the video, and here we go.
That's awesome.
All right, and today we're just gonna do a quick little intro, talk about some of the specs on the 3-inch, and just a little observation on it.
I observed. So if you thought the GTR-90 from Diatone was badass, these are probably gonna blow it out of the water in terms of speed and everything else.
Yeah, if you want something just a little bit more than a 2-inch, then there you go.
Toys today, Will, what we got?
All right, so today we got some Diatone 3-inch ones. These are the 2018 GT series. These are the M3s. We have two versions here, the SX, which is a stretched normal X, and the NP, which is a normal Plus. I don't know if there's a stretch Plus or not, but here's what we got. So first of all, there's a nice little card. It tells about like the contacting Diatone and stuff like that, the service support.
Let's see here.
Pretty cool little quick intro thing. Something nice tells you there, and they put a lot of their stuff online. This is the Plus configuration here.
And that looks like a dragon or something.
I think it looks like a Star Wars B-wing or something. That's pretty cool.
That is just wild. I cannot get over how that looks.
And then the other one we have here is the SX. That's the Stretch.
So it's
X.
stretched. You say the M3. What does that mean, M3?
M3 is 3-inch props.
3-inch props. So compare that to a 2-inch guy.
I'm assuming it's just Model 3 for 3-inch because Diatone is actually starting to make several sizes like 3, 4, 5, and 6 inch props. That's a different one. Yeah. Shh, you didn't see that. Basically, the series, it's almost identical but shrunken down. In this case, we're dealing with the 3-inch. So I got these two out of the box here. They're using pretty much the same electronics with a different orientation.
Gotcha. Well, what else comes in the box here? What
else comes in the box? That's one of the reasons I have that out here. So in the box, if we lift it up, if I can get out of the box there, okay. And then you got this little top plate. We got some Flash 3052 tri-blades. These are clear.
Gem fan?
Yeah, gem fan prop. Packaging includes a little bit of extras here, so let's get this here. Some extra zip ties to mount your receiver and stuff like that. Prop nuts. I think if you watch the Wizard video, I talked about how I didn't like the steel props or the steel shafts. Prop nuts. So in this case, they're using the steel shafts again, but Diatone is using the aluminum prop nuts. I like that. The similar metals, it keeps it from wearing out as quick. So we got aluminum prop nuts. Get the little rubber pad, which you guys, if you're used to the GTR-90, you know it's a little rubber pad for the bottom, whether you want to use both pieces or not, but for the bottom there. Comes with a XT30 connector for your battery, so if you don't already have one, at least it gives you something to start with. Some extra screws. Another thing they included.
What is that? I noticed that.
Capacitor.
Okay.
So basically, if you get any video noise or anything like that, the idea behind the capacitor is attaches to your power lead, and it reduces some of the video noise coming from the motors and ESCs and all that to the flight controller or to the camera.
In other words, static.
Yeah, if you're getting any static noise or anything like that in your video, then you can solder that up. That's optional. I didn't notice too much in mine, if any at all, so I probably wouldn't bother with that on mine. But they do include that if you are running into issues there. And then it comes with, looks like 2 battery straps.
All right, I know it's hard to see, but these things are absolutely freaking crazy looking.
Yeah, this is, I believe, 170 millimeters long versus overall length of, what, 110? Actually, diagonal
15 and a half, 114
140, 145, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Just to compare the size, though, we got a 3-inch right here, which is the new one. We have the awesome GT Popular 90 right here. So, and then next to that, we have the 5-inch. Yeah. And we have the 3-inch. So you can see how the difference in sizes are.
2, 3, skipping 4, go to 5.
Yeah.
Overall length of this 3-inch is almost as long.
Yeah.
But it's incredibly narrow.
Yeah. Crazy. So roll pretty fast, right?
It rolls like a drill bit, yeah. Now, I mean, granted your rates and all that, but I did briefly get to fly this before the rain came. I did just a quick little setup. I didn't mess with any PIDs or anything like that. What I did was turn on the accelerometer, set up the receiver, and put modes on it. I'm pretty impressed with what it does. I really thought the prop in the front was going to be more in the camera than it was. Factory configuration on the OSD, they put all the information along the bottom. So all your OSD information is where the prop plane is.
Okay.
So pretty much.
Is that good or bad?
Well, it kind of took the prop out of the equation,
okay.
so you don't really...
All right, so the quad is laying perfectly flat on the table here. Panning over to our screen.
Yeah, so you can see this is full down tilt on the camera. Everything's got spin the prop there. So you see the white bar on the OSD?
Yeah, what's that?
So that's the current system, like the battery life.
Gotcha.
So they put all the information below the prop line for the OSD, so it shouldn't bother you too much.
Okay.
On that one there. So you can see the prop there now. If you put any tilt in it, you know, the prop's gone. So,
just so,
yeah, for a different type of prop. So you can see it's a little easier to see the black prop on that.
Yeah.
So it is there. You'll have a little prop nut, which is flush with this part here. But for the most part, the OSD information is covering.
That really shouldn't impact you at all.
No, I don't think it'll be in the way. Like, you know, originally I thought, man, this is going to be just like, you know, I thought the prop was going to be in the middle of the screen or something like that with low tilt, but it's not. It's not bad at all. Bunch of quads, and you're looking for something different and nifty. I think this is going to be a lot of fun.
That definitely looks wild.
Yeah, I mean, this just thing is cool. Just coming at you. I don't know. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I think the plus configuration is more for you guys that are probably more advanced in flying, and something that's that next step to try differently. I probably, if you don't have much experience with the X-frame, I probably wouldn't get this one. But if you can fly these all day long, you have no problems, you're flying acro mode, then this might be something fun to play with. Moving on to the X-frame, you can see the OSD. Let's see, it's on here. So you can see, again, you have the prop in the corner there, so
they almost match. Yeah, you're almost the same amount of.
So the information there, you're not really getting. The only thing you're going to be missing on, you know, the X, you're still going to have that line across the bottom where the props are, but you're not going to have that prop nut in the very center. Yeah. But that kind of helps line everything up. It might be like a little crosshair kind of thing. So I enjoy flying the quads and the OSD with the little crosshair in the center. I like that because it just reminds me of a video game. So that's why I leave mine on.
All right, so let's take a deeper dive here.
All right, so for those who are familiar with the Diatone GTR-90, you're going to see a lot of the same specs here with some improvements. Mainly the motors and the ESC has been changed. The camera is the same. The flight controller is the same. It's the 32K gyro flight controller, F4. TBS Unify VTX. It's got the XT30 with current sensor. We are dealing with 1408 4000 kV motors, so these are some pretty hostile motors. Very smooth, little Sunny Sky Edge Racing made for Diatone. Steel shaft, solid motors. Okay. So I think you'd be good. They are the naked bottom style, so these things will probably run pretty cool. They have. It looks like they're gonna have gobs of power. These are huge motors for the size quad. Gosh, so this is just massive motors on the size quad. It should be really fun. So going into the speed control. So just to be clear, everybody, this is a receiver that you installed. I've already installed the receiver on. This is a plug and play. Normally I install the receiver. Okay, so moving from the motors to the ESCs. The ESC is a 4-in-1, just like we had on the GTR-90. But is a 20 amp ESC versus 15 amp. So they did bump up the rated current for the ESCs, which is good. You're going to need that for these motors. Definitely, yeah. The flight controller is still the soft mounted F4. It's a 32K gyro. I was kind of hoping it was going to go back to a 6K gyro just to make it easier for everybody. The 6K gyro, the MPU 6000 tends to just not have weird twitching or yaw or anything like that. That needs some tuning and tweaking. But the 32K, who knows, you know, maybe next week Betaflight will have something amazing for 32K, so it's kind of nice that they somewhat future-proofed it again, at least a little longer. It's got a black box on it. It's got it looks like they updated the USB ports from the old silver to like the gold plated style, so it might be a little heavier duty, I'm not sure. And then the flight stack's mounted, and then you got the Unify Pro up here. Now, let me grab this one right here, because this is a little easier to see, guys. I'm gonna grab this one, because I already have a receiver mounted in mine, but this one you'll see the Unify Pro is mounted on top on this plate, which gives it better cooling and all that than being tucked underneath the flight stack. So I think that's going to be a little nicer. And then you got your Pigtail, just like the GTR-90 came with, to put a receiver on. Oh, yeah. Why they're still including this connection, I don't know. I think they should include a different connector. UFL connector going to a regular dipole. If you guys wanted to mod it for a cloverleaf or one of those little AX2s or something like that, then you can go with that. And then the camera, last but not least, is the camera with the CCD camera. It's their little G1 camera.
Same camera on the...
Same as the GTR-90 and all that. So it's really nice. It's programmable. You can use a run cam, a little gimbal thing to change any settings. The wires are just kind of there. You definitely want to tuck them in, clean them up a little bit once you mount everything. And it does, keep in mind, the flight controller, just like the GTR-90, has the OSD, Betaflight OSD, black box, all that, and the current sensors on the XT30 connector here. So we got a nice little setup here. This thing is it's got to be an absolute monster. I mean, on this particular one, it's just, it doesn't weigh much. It's got,
oh, let's get a scale itself.
Just the quad, 124.2, and that's the Stretch X. And then the Plus is 119.4.
Wow, so the Plus is gonna haul some serious butt.
Yeah, now, other things to factor in here, the Plus is a solid one-piece bottom plate, whereas the Stretch X is replaceable arms. So that might be a factor to think about when you're buying them. Granted, if you smash an arm, you might rip a motor out anyway, so it's not like the end of the world kind of thing. I can't see the bottom plate being terribly too expensive compared to a set of arms anyway.
But just if you break an arm here and you're doing one motor,
pretty much
break an arm here, you're doing 4 motors.
I think these things are going to be fast enough. Any crash is going to be pretty spectacular anyway. Hellaciously big motors for this quad, and good KV. If it's running 4-cell, I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah. So is the videos we did with this receiver. So
yeah, as far as how to install, because it's the same F4 flight controller, it's exactly the same procedure to set up like a FreeSky receiver or anything like that.
Okay.
So it's the same wiring whether you do Spectrum or FreeSky on this flight controller. But in this case, I did use an XM Plus on that one because it's what I had laying around. All right, guys, there you have it. This is the 2018 Diatone GT M3 series in the Plus and the Stretch X. Hope you guys liked the video. Please remember to subscribe and comment below.
What he said.